in.
What's going on, everybody? It is me again. It is time to lean in, bitch. It's just the first lean of 2023. If you're watching, we made it to another year. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We just fucked the whole thing up right before this child. I didn't even start the damn live. we over here talking, having a whole show, and I didn't even hit the live button. So anyway, just like anything, you take a break from for a minute, child. You just like your job, you gotta get back into it. Give me a little off. We're gonna get back in the groove though. We're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. The first episode. It's been 2 weeks since the episode aired, and 2 weeks since we were on air as well. I'm here with Antonio. What's going on, Antonio? How you doing? How'd you spend the year?
Oh my God, the new year is so good. Oh,
It was so good. It was that good. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you about it later.
Oh, well, I don't know what Antonio did, but I guess I'll be all ears. I didn't actually do much. Anything. I mean, well, we had plans, but we ended up staying in and invited some friends over, and we just was up drinking till like maybe like 2-ish, 3. So it was good. You spend it. You don't spend it with family. You spend it with loved ones. You spend it whatever. However you spend it, I'm sure everybody had a great one. I mean, if nothing else, baby, you here. Like I said, if y'all saw what I saw yesterday about Gangsta Boo, I'm just distraught. Okay, as a Memphian myself,
that is
rest in peace. I will say that to her. My heart goes out to her family, everything. He said it was like forever. Yes, TK said it does feel like it has been forever. I haven't even seen you on in the last few weeks. You's vacation and stuff, child, with your Robin outfit on, probably. No, what's going on, Cassie? What's going on, Carrie? Dr. Sihu? Happy New Year to everybody that's watching. Jasmine, Danny, and Asia will be, of course, continuing with the show. They just couldn't be here today. They probably still got hangovers or whatever's going on. But today, you get myself and Antonio. All right, so let's get into this episode. A lot happened, a lot of mess, I will say. And this is episode 12, so we're actually wiring down the rest of the season. It looks like the trip is next week, and I think maybe from that, maybe should. I feel like within the next week or so, we will hear Andy send some reunion questions because they're gonna be having reunion soon. So it should be good.
Yeah.
But last thing we left off, we had a very filler episode. And in this episode, they showed a preview of Deborah, who we've met several times. She's Ashley's homegirl, or PYT, as we learned in this episode. And basically, in this episode, we pick up Karen is going to do her live show. We saw the Green Eye Bandits do theirs. She wasn't impressed. And I'm going to come back to y'all and ask y'all, how did y'all feel about her live show versus the other? Because I don't know. She's giving a lot of critiques about the other, and I don't know what I got from her either. But we're going to talk about it. And so that actually opens up this episode. She is planning everything. She's talking about she's going to be a part of the show. And it's June, start of Pride Month. So she's going to incorporate Pride into her event. Did you have any thoughts on Karen, how she, I guess, leading up to the event, the planning process?
I appreciate the fact that when she went to Giselle's and she took notes. That's always a good thing. I mean, I don't blame her for that. Take your notes, kind of make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's as much as you can, so you won't run into the same hiccups that they ran into on their show. Yeah. I agree with the ladies. I didn't understand the show or what was going on, and afterwards, I guess it was more like a variety type of show. I guess I'm not, but I don't know if that's what she was going for. I don't know.
I don't really understand the whole so the Green Eye Band is reasonably shady. I can understand that because that's a podcast, right? So they could have did, honestly, it didn't matter what they did. Their entire thing made sense. I don't know what Karen is doing. She has a fragrance, she has candles, she has wigs. What about that needs, her brand needs a live show. She has the keys to the city. I'm trying to understand, what I don't know. I didn't understand it. But she had, Casey said it was a drag brunch. What? That's really what it gave. But one drag show, and it looked like either they couldn't get the rights to the song that she performed, or there was no, or whatever it was. Basically, it was shade on her behalf because they couldn't even show the damn show. They just showed Jasmine Masters. Shout out to Jasmine Masters from Drag Race. But they didn't show the damn song or the performance. So yes, it was a I don't know what kind of drag brunch.
It looked like it might have been she might have been doing like a Patti LaBelle song, maybe, or something like that. The way
one song gave that, then one song gave, I don't know. It was a bit of a mix. I don't know what the songs are. We don't know.
Don't know. They ain't even show her moving her lips, child.
We did. They couldn't even show that, child, probably for copyright issues. So it is what it is. Okay. So then we get a scene with Mia and Gordon and Jacqueline, which is their last episode. They are questioning Jacqueline about her relationship with Mia. There's been little plugs put here and there about their relationship and what they've had. We find out they've taken showers. We find out that she took a flashlight and looked up her cooch. All these things. They have a very interesting friendship. And it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, unless I heard it wrong, Gordon put a down payment on for her car. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in this scene, I say weird energy. Mia kind of talks to Gordon about the rumors, all this stuff that's spread about her buying the car and stuff like that. And, it is confirmed, like we just said, that he did put a down payment on the car. And so when she's explaining, why, she asked why, and Gordon was like, well, I did it for her. And I'm like, okay, that wasn't too cringy. But then they talk about the shower and just everything overall. T, did you get what were your vibes? What was your thoughts watching the scene? Because I didn't need it. Honestly, I'm very uncomfortable with Gordon already. So I didn't need to have anything else to add to that. But what were your thoughts?
Right. I didn't need the scene, but I also didn't mind it. It was interesting to me. I think I said this in the group chat. Gordon seemed to be that scene was just kind of weird. Like when they sat down on the sofa and Mia sat on one side, Jacqueline was kind of in the middle, Gordon was on the other side, and he's like, "Why is she like in the middle of us?" And that was just so odd to me. It was almost like, I don't know, like a big deal was being made about something, or maybe he wants to kind of squash the rumors as much as possible by saying Jacqueline is like a part of their marriage and they're in a throuple. So maybe that was his way of being like, she's not in the middle of us. Jacqueline should be on the other side. I really did not understand that. He even looked a bit disturbed and kind of pissed off a little bit in his face. So I don't know. That was kind of odd. I would say if I had it like that, I'm gonna make sure my friends are. I ain't saying I'm just gonna, unless I'm like a multi-millionaire, like I'm just, ain't got shit to worry about, then yeah, I probably would buy them a car. But it seems like Mia and Gordon really still have to like work for their money because they don't even own a house. They like renting a house. So
right.
I mean, I understand them, her wanting to make sure.
Basically, you ain't got that much damn money so we can be buying cars for people.
Exactly. And I'm like, why she have to go and get a Porsche? Why she couldn't get like she got kids? Why don't you get like a nice little Honda Accord or a Toyota Camry? Why you have to get a Porsche?
TKC says the threesome rumors are true, but he's trying to distance from them.
That's what it seemed like. It seemed like something was going on where he didn't want any part.
Correct. It did seem like he was a little like, like that's why when he said, I put the down payment on the car for, basically for her. I feel like that was his way of trying to like wiggle out of it, but I don't know. This whole thing is weird to me. I really don't care. And next week we hear more about it. Actually have a whole falling out. So we'll get into it more later. Maybe some more stuff will be revealed, but right now I'm not that interested. So we get into it. We get a scene. Ashley this season she got homegirls. She ain't had homegirls. I ain't never seen her with nobody really black
other than Sheila
and Sheila. That's it. But she not hunching, right? But she has homegirls. Her homegirls are called the PYTs. Now, beauty is. I can't. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I didn't think that. I thought that some of the girls were cute. I just thought that was a bold name to give those group of women. Considering with Deborah, but I'm not here to call her any uglier than what she's already been called on social media. But in this meeting, they meet up and Giselle is invited. So Giselle gets there and they're trying to induct Giselle into the PYTs. I will say we can all agree Giselle is pretty, correct? Yeah, she's tacky as hell, but she's pretty. So she would fit. But if I wouldn't, if I was Giselle, I would not want to be a part of any of that at that table. They all cute girls at, to face value, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Very
so go ahead.
basic. Very basic.
Yeah, very just regular, regular, hey girl, hey, from across the street, nothing too like, oh my God, let me get my name. Yes, I agree. Calvin, guys, sometimes you gotta encourage yourself. So Giselle wants to know the tea. And all the girls at this table, so basically Giselle asked the girls about hooking up, the whole hookup situation. And didn't all the girls say they got DMs, so they got messages from Chris or something like that. Like basically, he was kind of like flirting with all of them because they were all
not necessarily, not DMs, but like he was flirting with all of them at the the spring fling. Yeah.
So basically, it was very me too, me too, me too. Giselle wants more of the tea. Deborah, she got her good little hair in today. She got a little makeup on, and she is spilling all the tea. She says that she was talking to him, and she said she had a husband named Chris. I don't know if she was married. Is she married? I don't.
Yeah, she married. I went on her page and
that's crazy. That's what makes his story even more outlandish to me because she's married as well. But
with 2 kids.
That's just crazy. If she had never said that, I would think she was single and looking for a come up because
I would as well.
That's what this sounds like. You would never know that she has her own life and kids the way she is caring in this way. But anyway, everything she basically says, the camera shows the opposite. Now, of course, they film for hours and hours and hours. And so, of course, they're going to add little bits here and there. Production, I will say, they are very big on that. But I mean, nothing that we saw looked like he was that interested. No flirts. Like he was kind of there. It looked like, if anything, she was kind of talking to him, and he was just
flirting with
trying
him,
not to be rude. Yeah. He was trying to make a conversation for some reason. And so I put down. See, this is why you can't bring randoms to film. This is why it'd be hard for us to get to these events, housewives and shit like that, because there's always somebody. There's always a damn Deborah at the event looking for a moment to come up. It's just like, girl, because clearly at this moment, Ashley is trying to press this girl upon us, and she's going along with it.
It was, to me, I'll be honest, after last night's episode and kind of that playback, to me, it was giving setup or plot all along. Like, he was sitting there, he was propped up on the bar, but it seemed like he was propped up on the bar even when she walked up. He's looking at his phone. He wasn't paying no attention to her.
Yeah.
She then gives him a compliment like, "Oh, I like that pink." He's like, "Oh," and she's like, "I'm Deborah." And he's like, "Oh, thank you. I'm Chris. My husband's name is Christopher." Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's a common name. But I didn't get the he heavily flirted. And so if they got that piece, then they definitely would have some type of proof showing as to where he heavily flirted with her and the other girl.
I don't think that they would leave that out.
I don't either. I do not, because they not gonna they ain't protecting no Chris and Candace. If they're gonna protect anybody, we know it's gonna be Giselle, but they're not protecting no fucking Chris and Candace. So I don't see them leaving that piece out, especially after Ashley and brought this girl around and Candace is shooting it down like it ain't true. They want to have a little bit of smoke there. So I just thought that was crazy. Not to mention the friend with the blonde hair that was pulled up. I actually, during the preview, I kind of glanced. I said, is that fucking Hazel from Love and Hip Hop? Hazel E?
I'm not going to lie. I did think, I said the same thing with that, with her. Hazel's face is a fool right now.
Yeah, and then also, no shade. Hey, but she ain't look like no young. She younger than somebody, but she didn't look young in age. She looked a little bit, as Karen said about Robin, she's a hard 40-year-old. And that's what that lady was looking like sitting at the table. Very hard and very tired, like she had been ridden very hard the night before. And she barely made it to the motherfucking dinner. To me, what's baby? Deborah,
yeah.
To me, she has this complex of she's fair-skinned. She has long hair and a good grade of hair. So I think in her mind, every man probably wants her because in her mind, she feels like she is the I and the T. And I just feel like that's a situation to where she
ain't got neither.
Nothing.
I mean, she got a husband and 2 kids. She should be glad she got those 2 things.
Yeah. I didn't. That to me just gave like Ashley is wanting to work on her get back. And even though Chris, to me, from what I saw, unless there's something else, but as of right now, Chris wasn't really paying her the time of day. If anything, she was flirting with Chris. But to me, that was just given set up from the very beginning. Like, oh, walk over and say X, Y, and Z and see if you can get him to talk or something like that. I don't know. But it's
Did you see how she tried to drag in Happy Eddie? Eddie. Now, Eddie had a whole season last year.
Worked over about fucking with Eddie Osefo.
Eddie had a whole season last year. He had his season. Girl, get the hell
Leave him alone.
Eddie don't want
he was smiling. It's like, girl, get the fuck out of here with that.
Right.
The man got a nice smile. He has pretty teeth. Let him smile.
Right. He wasn't smiling at her. If anything, he probably was going to frown if he really was looking at her. That's how we know that he wasn't looking at her. He was looking somewhere else.
Baby Bob needs to sit down somewhere. Because to me, that's who she looks like, Baby Bob.
I can't. Okay, so just as we're talking about, so somebody did say in the comments, it looks like Giselle didn't even believe her.
I agree.
And I feel like even Giselle was like, okay, but she wasn't gonna do all that. She's gonna keep it like that. Or maybe it'll come out later. Maybe she'll say that she did. I don't know. At the same time, Giselle messy. So that's neither here nor there. But we actually see a scene with Wendy and Eddie, and this is just small, but Wendy is basically telling Eddie, they show a scene where Ashley sat Wendy down, and it's so interesting that now Ashley's sitting down with Wendy and stuff like that, having these conversations. But looks like, one thing Ashley gonna do, she don't care. She gonna unleash whatever on whoever. I will say that. She don't have any favoritism to anybody. She gonna just do it.
Yeah.
And she told her, and so when Wendy brings it back to Eddie, obviously they laugh it out. I thought it was the cutest thing ever, because it's just like he said that the reason why this girl said that he was flirting or he was happy Eddie because he was smiling. That is crazy. You can't even smile no more in 2023.
In 2022.
In 2023 now, so yeah, it's crazy.
I think that goes back to, for some reason, her ego is inflated, and she thinks because she is fair skinned and she has a decent grade of hair that everybody want her. It's like, nah, bitch. Sometimes people just being fucking nice. Nobody want to walk around frowned up every day. They probably looked at you and thought, oh, why she frowned up? Let me smile at her and bring a little joy to her life because she look unhappy.
Well, like I said, Wendy and Eddie, they laugh it off, so it's nothing. It's neither here nor there. They don't really care. We got another scene with Giselle, Mia, and Robin. They go in, they sit down. They start off by talking about kids. Apparently, Mia's son is, has like fluid around his penis balls area because he plays sports. Robin talks about her kid's son balls dropping. I'm like, okay, well, mommy day, whatever, sure. And then Giselle obviously has girls, so she don't have to worry about balls at all. She ain't got to worry about balls even she ain't got no man and like that either. So balls is not in her life. That's just not Giselle's. She don't know. And so Giselle tells Mia everything Karen has been saying about the flashlight. She talked about the Peter stuff, and Mia is just like, she said that. And we already know that you know what, y'all? Stop real quick. I'm not gonna stop it, but I got this damn thing saying Real Housewives of Miami. Child, it's the first of the year. We'll get it right next time. Y'all know what show it's about. But yeah, so talk about the Peter thing, talk about the flashlight thing. And Mia's just not really here for it. Mia does explain, more about the Peter girlfriend thing. She says that, she did give foreplay to Gordon on the night of their wedding or the bachelor, whatever it was, and that she sang at the wedding. I'm like, well, girl, you know what? This, I actually believe her, because if she worked at a steak and lobster joint that wears gowns, and why wouldn't she, let somebody give her man foreplay and then they come sing at the wedding? I mean, come on.
The girl was in the wedding.
She's a very bizarre woman. I believe her. Mia, she ain't lying no more. Mia has a very bizarre, weird ass life.
I don't think she lied during this episode. I don't think Mia lied during this episode. Like what she was saying,
not this episode. I agree.
I was kind of picking it up what she was putting down. So I was like, okay, Mia.
But basically, she says that, she just don't know why Karen would be talking. So what are your thoughts? Karen did talk about all these things to Giselle. I don't think she said it in any with malintent, but she did say them. So in my opinion, if Mia wants to feel a way about it, sure.
She has every right. I think so.
She has every right. I can't, even though I prefer Karen over her, I gotta be real. But what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I feel it was odd to me, I guess, that Karen went back and she had the conversation with Ashley, Giselle, Robin. That was just kind of like, I don't know. I'm like, did somebody get in Karen ear? Was like, yeah, you need to go ahead and take this back to the group and let this see what this little, what this little gossip is gonna do. That was just odd to me because honestly, she seems to be a bit closer to Mia than, as far as the show goes, as she, than she is with like a fucking Giselle and Ashley, and she's known them longer than she's known Mia. So I do think that if we having a little bro chat or girlfriend chat, whatever the fuck it is, then it should stay between us, unless like Mia, unless she's like, we get around the group and she's like, oh, Mia, can I tell them about X, Y, and Z? Mia, I will say she seems to be pretty much an open book. Now, granted, do I believe everything that come out of her duck lips? No. But she don't mind saying what the fuck ever and what she done did, and she done had a clip worked on, and she just done did all this bullshit. So I'm sure she wouldn't have really cared. It's just in this instance, it did seem like Karen was going behind her back and talking shit about her a little bit.
I agree with this comment too from Brittany. She said this is definitely out of character for Karen. Like, why are you talking to women who gang up on you constantly? I don't understand it, especially after Mia, even though Mia just came at you, on the trip for not having her back and stuff like that. Even though I didn't agree with that then, it's just like, girl, you would think you would just kind of like keep it. Karen is usually like, she don't really get in the mess unless she's like triggered. So I felt it weird. I don't think she was being messy when she told him, but she had to know that, or hopefully she knew, that she wasn't gonna like it, or Giselle was gonna spin it. Like, come on. I mean,
because them women don't. I hope Karen knows them women really don't like her. So, I mean, I think, they don't really fuck with her like that. Her and Robin, they don't like each other. Yeah. So I just didn't. That was kind of odd to me. Also, another thing that was odd. I am tired of Robin showing up to these events looking so pedestrian and basic, and like sitting there, Mia,
her black and her shorts.
And then they wasn't even like cute. They was ill-fitted. They was stupid. She had some little low-top, little blazers. She just looked like, and then tried to carry a Chanel. No, I don't know. You don't. I need you to show up looking like a fucking housewife. I don't give a fuck if it is 90 degrees outside. You need to show the fuck. Mia to me in that moment and during that scene, she looked like a housewife.
She did.
Usually pulls it together for these events. I just don't know what the fuck Robin be doing, showing up.
It's Robin is 7 seasons in. Robin ain't did about that. She ain't gonna do it, baby. It ain't happening. I mean, she just not that girl. She's just gonna be very plain Jane Athens forever.
Yeah.
They're just saying.
Not plain Jane Athens.
Plain Jane Athens forever. But Mia did look good in that scene. I agree. TKC says, "Well, buy my sister a new wardrobe." TKC, won't you buy?
No, she making $60,000 a month off them ugly ass hats. She can buy her own wardrobe. So what's her status?
Well, that is very true. She asked for a prenup. She got a lot of money. She should be able to buy herself.
As Cortez said, she is 7 seasons in. She should know how to show up for filming. Like, you don't. I mean, what the fuck? If she showed up to Candiace event with them damn spandex shorts on, like she was going to the fucking grocery store or some shit like that. Like, what the fuck is you doing, Robin Dixon?
Hello, James Pies III. Shout out. Thank you for the super chat too. First super chat of the year. He says Robin has been through seasons dressing basic. It is a lot. Exactly, it is. That's what they're like. We can't even. Come on. The only person that is giving Robin the hope is TKC in the chat. And I love. He's the only. The Robin. He's one of the.
He's a part of the Robin's nest.
He is the Robin's nest. Speaking of which, after that, we do see a scene where Karen was talking to them, and she's talking about the Ladoms. She got her own group, so they got the Hive and the Navy, and it's the Ladoms. Now, I don't know who is a Ladom, but hey, if she said she got Ladoms, she got Ladoms. I ain't gonna lie, I hollered when she said, "What do you have? The Robins?" Like, what?
And even Giselle bust out laughing.
Giselle fell out because there was there's no Robins or no Ladoms. They're probably, I don't know. I don't see either, but hey. I just thought it was hilarious that she said that. TKC said and is okay. Well, he's one of the Robins. Robin, you watching? The La Robins. All right, so we get
TKC. Maybe she'll send you a hat.
TK, have you even bought a damn hat? Have you purchased anything from this
TK
lady?
ain't bought no damn hat. We ain't seen shit else about them damn hats since she had a scholar acting like she was packing them up in them empty boxes. Like we ain't fucking.
TKC, I'm not TKC. Escala was one of her seasonal workers. Okay. So we get to the actual event. Karen is setting up. She getting ready. Ashley brings Debbie. Now she did say earlier she wanted to get her in front of Candace so they can talk. Giselle was like, "Girl, Giselle was actually here for it," and I was surprised because I'm like, "Okay, Giselle, like you want to have like what if Monique had brought some of the alleged women that Jamal got kids by and been sleeping with to the damn reunion? Like you wouldn't like that, but Giselle is tacky. She thinks it's okay because she says that Candace doesn't listen. And I don't know why she thought she was going to listen even more because bringing this
because you done brought the cookie lady here. No.
The cookie lady all over again. Shout
That's
out to Kenya Moore for that moment. That we can reference it because clearly it's happened again. There's influence there. So, once she brings her there, and we find out that in conversation that apparently Karen's tits were out on the trip. And Sharice sent a video of Karen's, tits or whatever. And it's still like Karen didn't get too upset about it, but she did mention it. Sharice is not invited though. And the first thing that they say is that Sharice felt the way that she wasn't invited. And Candace like, well, anybody want to bring us a +1? And they showed the group thread. And I guess nobody decided to bring her as a +1. I don't know why she want to come anyway. I don't know why Karen would want her to be there anyway.
Because Sharice thirsty and she just wants to be around. As Karen said, she a leprechaun looking for a motherfucking coin.
A has-been leprechaun. Okay, so yeah, so they all are getting there, and the first thing they talk about is actually the whole flashlight coochie gate thing, and Mia is not okay again with people knowing. They're all sitting there, and so that happens, right? So Robin actually arrives, and when Robin arrives, she immediately tells Candace that this is the girl that Ashley said Chris was trying to talk to. And Candace is like, oh, like that's her. That's the friend. And Jacqueline on the side says, is this the friend that Chris was touching on? I'm like, here you go, Jacqueline. Now Candace and Jacqueline are actually really cool right now. I don't know how long it's gonna stay.
Wait a minute. I thought Candace was the one said that. Is this the one he was touching on? I thought Candace said that. Jacqueline said that.
I thought I heard Jacqueline say that on the side. Oh, I could have been wrong. I thought I saw her lips move and her say it too, because she is privy to the information. She knows about it. Y'all know about it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But in this moment, Karen is stalling. And everybody's just kind of like confused on what's going on. Like, where's Karen? Karen comes out finally, and she's like, "It's pride, honey. It's pride." And I'm gonna say this, child, as a gay man, I get tired of people exploiting pride for their benefit. I mean, I get it's June, but I was like, all right, Karen, girl,
get your own shit. Why you riding mine? Like,
well, if it's pride, I feel like maybe she should have had something to benefit pride.
Where was the rainbows?
Not just have a drag queen there and say, "Oh, it's pride."
Exactly.
That's not thing. It was like, where's the benefit? Like, maybe you could help in some kind of way. I don't know. That's just me. But when she comes out, Jazz and Masters comes out, and they keep putting that there is no budget for the song, which means that they clearly could not get rights to the damn song in the budget of the damn show. Somebody said Patti LaBelle. It makes so much sense because her shit I hear is very expensive.
Seems like she was doing a Patti. Yeah.
Correct. And so they go through the program and they start the topic of sizzling questions. There's one question asked about finding a husband, and another question, and Mia gets up. I'm not gonna lie, I live for this moment because it was a good housewives moment for her to get up and ask the damn question. And she just says basically, how do you feel? How would you feel? How would you react if your friend told your business to other people? In other words, in so many words. Yeah. And Karen immediately knows it's about her. And what did you think? Like, how did you think Karen handled it? How do you think Mia handled it? Do you think?
I honestly think Mia handled it well. I like that moment. It was like you said, it was a good housewives moment. Now, what I was not expecting was Karen's kind of response when she said, Mia, everything I said about you was true. It was like, whoa. I just did not expect that. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
so in a way she did take on, I mean, she couldn't deny it. So she had to take
Yeah.
ownership of it. I just wasn't expecting that. And when Mia was like, well, don't be telling my business to these two when I
Yeah.
talk to you about something, it was just, and because Giselle made it clear that she was going to tell it. She don't care. And we know
Yeah.
she is. But
Yeah.
I think I didn't mind it. I just didn't expect that response from Karen. But she did try and clean it up and was like, okay, Mia, I'll do better or whatever she said. So, but Mia this episode, I was kind of like, okay, Mia, maybe.
So Chase obviously from the league and said that he what did he say he don't dislike her, but he feel like this could be her last season. I don't know. She has moments where I feel like she could stay around longer, and she has moments where
Yeah,
I'm like, get on my damn nerves.
yeah,
So I don't know.
yeah.
She's like, it's like an either or, and it's never in between with me with her. And
I,
this is
I really enjoyed her this entire episode though. Like I enjoyed her
yeah,
confessionals and just everything. Like I was like, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, the only person who's kind of got me worried after this is maybe Wendy, but hey, that's just right now. I don't know what the next few episodes is gonna give, but this episode, I was like, I seen the with her and Eddie, but I was like, where's Wendy? Like, and even when she didn't really show, I wasn't really missing her, but I just asked
Well, she
myself,
had
do
her
I need to
time,
follow?
child. She had enough of a child. I
Now
mean,
she did look. Let me say this: Wendy should wear her hair pulled back in a ponytail every fucking day because she looked amazing. She should always do that. That's Wendy or Candice. If you're watching, can you relate to me? Wendy, tell her that's her thing. Hair pulled back. Bam, we in there. Yeah.
I was going to say, so yes, the shade that first of all, Karen, if nothing else, is hilarious in these confessionals. She be wearing these ladies out when she says she go, who just had to comment about go fix a coochie, something like that.
She said, build a puss.
Build a puss.
Worry about your build a puss project and leave me
So I
alone.
hope that Karen, listen, at this rate, listen, if she gonna go that route, I do know that they don't get to a better place just from being at the finale myself, and seeing them two interact. So I'm sure this is going to escalate more. You know what I'm saying? But we know that Karen has more issues with Robin soon, and so I don't know. I just hope she keeps the same energy, like hilarious in confessionals, and just kind of coming with it because baby, she's on fire in these confessionals with these little tacky outfits and weaves. No shade, she is. Ashley's new confessional look with the bang is giving Karen's, I think, last season's look.
It is.
It's a fool still, but it's regardless because her head is so bulby and.
I liked Mia's decorated ponytail. I enjoyed that.
I gotta go. I don't remember it.
You didn't. It was like a side pony, like it was like braided or something. It had like rhinestones or some shit all over it. It was,
I love a good pony, so I gotta go see. But yes. So you said we already said Karen is wrong. I do feel like Karen handled it well. It was her thing. She had to save face. I think she was caught off guard, maybe that she wasn't gonna be asked that. And we know that Karen, I will say this, she's had a moment, but she can't. It's hard for you to really dig into her. She's going to get out of it or try to, hell, sometimes even lie. No shame, she will. Love her to death, but hey, in this moment, she didn't lie. She just said,
well, she said she got the gift of gab, and she does. If you like to talk and you a good talker, you can kind of talk your way out of something. Like, so you can say some shit and you've been and said something and completely forgot, what the fuck was going on. So yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so in the end of the episode, Ashley tries to introduce Deborah to Candace. And Candace, for a second, acts like she was kind of listening. And then she was just like, "Oh, you're the one. You're the one that said, they said he was Chris was grabbing on you." And Debbie's like, "No. Like, he wasn't grabbing." And she feeling herself with this. She's really at this moment feeling herself, like so gleeful, so just giddy, talking about he was flirting, and she did the elbow, and she twirling her straw and shit. I'm like, girl, you're doing a whole lot. She feeling it, eating this damn little croissant or whatever she's eating at the damn table.
She was definitely hungry.
She was definitely hungry. I mean, hungry. She was glad to be out the house eating some real food. And so she makes a comment and she says that, I might be the one, but I'm not the only one. making the assumption that there were others that Chris is being flirty or stuff with at the event. The show goes on, after Candiace kind of like pays her dust, and Ashley circles back. She was just like, why are you being so weird to my friend? Like, why are you being dismissive to my friend? Like, Ashley, shut the fuck up. Like, you're at this moment, you are really reaching. You look thirsty as a castmate trying to. If Candiace already showed and paid dust to this girl, she's not entertaining it. She's already shut it down a million times, and now you bring this person. I don't know what Ashley thought she was gonna get, but Candiace should have turned to Ashley and cussed her out. She should have cussed her out. It should have been. She should have put all the energy on her and cussed her ass out. This is how I know that Deborah was looking for a moment, maybe to even be the friend of the show or something, because she legit wanted to have a whole film scene with Candiace, and I'm glad that Candiace shut it down.
No, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, Queen Ellis. Somebody did say that she has Real Housewives.
She does have it in her bio.
I don't know why, because in this case,
morning.
she is declassing the show and declassing the brand, like Nene said. This declassing. If she's gonna be on Potomac, I don't want no parts of it. Let me erase my review right now, because I mean, Potomac, it was a mess. But like Casey said, move it, football head, get the hell on. It was just tired, to be honest. It wasn't given. And like I said, when Debbie asked, "Do you want to chat with me?" Candice says, "No, ma'am," and smiled and went to the left. And I was like, yes. That's how you do it. Don't give this bitch no airtime. Like, let her keep on going with it.
Let her keep trying.
Right.
Let her keep trying. And you can tell Ashley was definitely trying to help her friend get some type of a solidified spot on the show, because she even brought up, like, she doesn't want any ill will with you or any bad feelings with you. And Candice, and I don't blame Candice. Like, this Candice, she has really shown up this season to me, and she has grown into a housewife. Like, Candice to me now is where I felt like LaToya Forever from Atlanta, if they would have kept her around, where she could have eventually gotten to, because the Candice last season would have like set the damn table off and the damn improv show would have been over. But I'm glad that she not really giving them those people that time. Like, I'm not going to argue with somebody who ain't even a contracted friend. Like, you don't even get paid to be here. You just here because you're trying. I'm not going to argue with you. I don't get paid to argue.
And what you're saying is, it's like, people, it's crazy because stuff like this is so serious. You know what I'm saying? But I know Chase asked that question in the chat today. Are we like kind of, glossing over the fact that these things could have happened? I'm sorry, this shit didn't happen. These women are just really out here coming up with all these different narratives. And that's how it's like, it's so convenient that all of a sudden you got all these women just saying, and from the same show, same group saying that. It's just crazy. And I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's crazy. Giselle she's not a reliable source at all. Ashley does not like Candiace. She won't get back on her forever. She's going to try and try and try. Divorced or not. And so I just find it so stupid. And I'm ready for this storyline to like.
And then when Ashley's reasoning, like, oh, well, I know how it feels to be cheated on after you have a baby, and I know they're trying to have a baby, so I don't want her to be in that situation. So you mean to tell me Candice is supposed to just take what y'all saying about her husband, that he was flirting, and she's supposed to just go divorce him? Ashley, you didn't divorce your husband, and we had fucking pictures and videos and shit.
That's the thing. This is like Ashley is acting like her whole man didn't make somebody on production uncomfortable. There are pictures of men and women and hotel. It's like all type of evidence and scandals. And these are things like nobody really in this case handed it to Ashley like they could have. They always brought it to her, and they, if she got out of hand, they would throw it back in her face. But bringing this whole woman over here, like Ashley is working too far in overtime, and she needs to be trying to make sure that she got enough money to take care of her and Sheila in that eye patch. Because at this moment, I'm not gonna lie to you. I know she's gonna get some money because I know she got a good little deal with her husband. However, it ain't gonna be easy. I feel like he is very smart.
Oh, he's gonna fight her.
And I feel like he's definitely gonna fight to make sure she gets something. She ain't gonna be looking like what's her name, Lisa Hoskine. But I'm just saying, she ain't gonna be living up in the Tyler Perry mansion either. She probably gonna be next to her mama, just with two extra bedroom and extra bathroom. period. So
But
she needs to be cute.
And even with I just with going back to the question, I think what Chase has said was something to the effect of, are we being dismissive, or is it possible Chris could have, I guess, made these women feel uncomfortable, or by being too friendly or something like that? I forgot the exact question. Chase, don't get in there trying to cuss me out. But I'm like, if someone makes you uncomfortable, I'm thinking as a person, you probably shut down or you walk away. She initiated conversations with Chris, and then to say, "Oh, I
You're talking about Deborah, right?"
Making, yeah, Deborah.
Well, Deborah never said she was uncomfortable.
Well, I guess the notion of, I guess it can, because she was like, well, he was making googly eyes, and it's like a married man is making googly eyed at these women and their friends, and Candace like, so, oh, he was flirting with like the whole crew. He won't like all the friends. Like, it was that
he was loving the crew.
That's just crazy. Even with Giselle, I was with her about her feeling uncomfortable until she sat there with Robin and said all that other shit about him sliding in DMs and being a sneaky link. That to me was just like, okay, you kind of making up shit for a storyline. And Giselle, we don't want that from you. Like, we'll take that from somebody like motherfucking Marlo or some people like that. Like, Giselle, you too seasoned and you too good at doing your job to even go to that level. So it's a no for me, 100%. I don't believe it.
I see a lot of comments in like I said, the fact that she revealed that she was married, Deborah. It's just crazy. Like, she's acting like single woman, thirsty video girl energy. Like, you would never think she has a husband. I know her husband is so embarrassed, whoever he is, because the way she's acting about it is like he flirted with me, y'all. Girl, he liked me, girl. What kind of married person does?
He was moving his elbow closer.
Yeah, his elbow. Girl, he don't want to put his elbow on your damn elbow.
And I'm like, girl, why this your first time saying it? She was really coming up with shit to me to make that story be more believable. Because if this man is heavily flirting with you, I'm gonna need like that he winked at you, or he grabbed your hand, or he walked by you and grazed your thigh. Like, I'm gonna need some legit examples, as opposed to what she said he said, and then his elbow being propped up on the bar. That is nuts, man. I hate that Bravo even is allowing that, and production is even allowing that to be a part. So, but maybe they gonna use it. I don't know. Maybe Ashley will be gone or something. I don't fucking know. But this is late.
It's late, but like I said, I'm glad that Candiace, she just paid it, and I don't know if I'm not sure if it continues right here, but she handled herself really well. She paid the shit out of the damn girl, and I don't believe we'll see Deborah anymore. Now, will this come up again later? Possibly.
Hopefully, it comes up at the reunion.
Well, it come at the reunion, obviously. I do remember there being like a moment at the finale where I was like, huh? Obviously not knowing everything that I know now. So I think I know it comes back up to an extent. Okay. And I know I remember seeing specifically Chris storm off. I'll say that. So yeah, it comes back up, but that's later on in the season. And then we have next week's episode, which is the trip in Cancun. They kind of advertise it with like, what do you call that? Like the black and white, like
it was like a,
what do you call it?
Improv or whatever it was, yeah.
Right. I like the edit of it, but they advertise that Mia and Jacqueline fall out. They give us a little glimpse of what they're saying. So that's gonna be interesting.
Mia told Jacqueline close her legs to marry men.
I saw that. I saw that. Oh, close, yeah, I saw that. And then the Karen and Sharice thing, I feel like that's probably gonna go into the next episode. Not ever. I never know. But they did show the whole quote. I'll whoop your ass up in this place. Don't talk about my mother, and Sharice beating on tables.
They was hitting tables like I don't know. Sharice was hitting crazy. Sharice was hitting the table, but Karen was too. They was both shaking shit, because even Ashley was like, "Damn, Karen!" Like I was like, "Okay,
yeah."
The Grand Dame versus Gums. I live, yes.
I'm a weak. And that was pretty much the episode. Like, episode was a good episode. I think it's gonna really get good. I mean, I feel like they just got back from a trip, but they're going back. I mean, it was just like 3 episodes ago, right? 3 episodes.
Yeah, when they was in Miami.
Trips are always good. It should be really interesting. We know a lot happens. We know that the trip is happening. We know that the Robin's bachelorette party is coming, and in the finale, which is where they did, it was video premiere party for Insecure.
So they probably got like maybe 4-5 more episodes.
I don't
at
think
least.
4. I'm gonna say if they're on episode 12, I'm gonna say probably about 5 or 6.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be like maybe 3 episodes of the trip, and then probably 2 more episodes after that.
Okay.
I don't see them putting the Bachelorette and the
finale
together.
Okay.
So we'll see. It's not Gloria said Bachelorette for what? Child, Robin is having a Bachelorette party. She ain't having no wedding, but she having a Bachelorette party, and there were 2 people that she chose not to invite. So yeah.
Are we gonna see? I don't know if you have any intel, but are we gonna see the, I guess, additional breakdown of Wendy and Robin's situation to where?
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm like, what else?
I don't know what happens, but I know that she definitely does not. She definitely disinvites Wendy to that Bachelorette weekend, as well as Karen. So something happens. You know, we do see Karen going off on Robin at the table and on the cake.
And it's up to Ashley too. So yeah.
Right. So we know that happens. So we'll see. I don't know. Karen is this the second half seems to be Karen. So I'm curious to see what she's gonna be doing. Why she into it, everybody. I'm glad it's not Giselle, and I'm glad it's not Candace, and I'm glad it's not Wendy. So even Ashley seems like it's everybody else. So it should be good.
Yeah.
Brooke said she's still not married though. Yeah. The Bachelorette. This was in June. The finale was actually 4th of July weekend, I believe it was. Or right going into it. So the Bachelorette was like a week or so before that. It's in June. This event tonight at the Karen show was in June. So that's how you know it's all. We're coming to the end. It's not much left of the season. I know that for a fact. Yeah, the finale was for July weekend or something like the beginning of July. I can't remember the date. So,
whose show did you like better?
That's a question for y'all. I didn't really like neither. I mean, but it did. I mean, Karen's venue was better because I think they had alcohol there.
They had alcohol and they had food. Karen was smart to not get like a huge venue. She got like a venue with just enough seating, so as long as all the people showed up, it was going to look like a packed house. So she was smart in that way. She was also smart by getting somewhere that served alcohol because, I mean, people get drunk. They're going to start having fun and just laughing and kind of forget about the bullshit that they're watching in front of them, their eyes.
I say both shows suck. For Karen to do all that damn talking and take all those notes, she didn't produce anything better, anything more interesting than what they gave. What they both did were included filler shit into the show.
I still didn't understand because I'm like, maybe Karen trying to be like, was it the Countess and Friends from Luann when she? I don't think you watched New York, but Luann did something where it was like Countess. So I kind of understood where Karen was going, but the show about
like somebody said it was a
day. No. I mean, I understood in the fact that where she put the Grand Dame and Friends, where you kind of got like a variety show. You got people up there.
But my thing is, what is it? Why does she need a show for this?
She wanted.
Girl, just promote your stuff. Make more. What I don't understand. I don't understand.
And then I could have sworn Karen said in a previous episode that she was not going to be selling like her stuff or whatever. And she's like, no, you don't cross your brands and blah, blah, blah. But then they showed the motherfucking candles and t-shirts and shit that was set up out there. So I didn't really understand that either. I still don't. I get that Giselle and Robin have a, their podcast. I just didn't understand some of the shit that they were doing. I expect Giselle and Robin to really just talk about like, kind of like hot topics like Wendy. We're not expecting them to do that the entire time. And
we didn't see the entire thing for them. I don't listen to their podcast, so I can't tell you how interesting their podcast is in general. I don't really care. They were nominated for NAACP award though, so whatever, sure.
Congrats.
But to answer your question, both shows flopped. I didn't think.
Now I wouldn't pay money to go see that one. I wouldn't have even wanted to go for free, but hey.
Wouldn't want to be there. Sorry. If I had, I wouldn't want to be a Green Eye Bandit, and I wouldn't want to be a LaDawn based off those shows. I'm good. I would stay over here with the Cry Angels and just listen to Candace album because that's all I got time for these days.
I'm gonna stay over here on the lean and talk my bullshit down to the lean. That's what I'm gonna do.
Come on, this nation. You don't listen to that bullshit. Okay, so we finished everything we had to say. Next episode comes on, so we're gonna review that episode 13. There was a preview out on OMFG Reality TV. Go and watch that clip where Karen basically reads the hell out of what's her name, calls her has been leprechaun. But in this moment, we're going to allow our callers to get on. If you've never watched a lean, again, welcome. But this is where we allow callers to come in and give their opinions and thoughts, and they can actually lean in themselves. So we have 2 callers in the queue. Our first caller for today and the year, which is crazy because he was actually our first caller ever, is Mel. What's going on, Mel?
Hey, Mel.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. How you doing?
You're doing good. How are you?
Doing good.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm going to be pretty brief because for me, I'm just going to focus on my Candace. I love Candace, always have. I just think it's so crazy to me that Ashley is pushing as much as she's pushing. She has to remember every time somebody's brought up anything about her husband when she was married to him, she said she didn't believe it. They said that he was, as you know, as you was saying, they were showing all the receipts. They said, well, no, that's not true. We went to the court. We sued the person. So how is she going to have Candace sit up there and accept something from some woman who looks deranged? Like, how can she sit up there and tell and have her accept these kind of stories from these people? It's a hot mess. So she has to remember, she never, ever accepted on this show since we watched it, anybody saying anything bad about Michael when he was paying her bills. So I think for me, it was just a hot mess for me. And also that preview was very funny because I think it was so interesting that the producers used footage, or at least the film footage from the years that Charisse and Karen was born, from the 1900s, wherever it was. They was using that silent film footage that they was using to sort of, preview that fight from the year they were born.
Yeah, not the year they was born. Throw your shade, man.
Yeah, that was about it. But it was good. But yeah, Ashley, she just has, I don't know, it's just so funny for me that she can just have that kind of amnesia about what she did when she was married. And I've never seen on all the years she's been on the show, anybody brought real facts and receipts and depositions and,
real everything, literally everything as it's happening. Not, not long stories and moments that.
No, people brought Ashley, video footage and every type of thing they can in her face, and she said it's not true. So I don't see what she's doing right now. It's just crazy. But anyway, I'm gonna let other people call in, and it's a wonderful time. I'm glad they are back, and I will see you soon.
Thanks, Mel. Happy New Year.
Okay, Mr. Antonio. Okay.
Thank you, Mel. Happy New Year.
Bye.
Okay, that was Mel. I really agree with what he said, especially about the Ashley, because like we said, like we had all type of shit on her, and it's crazy. But the thing is, I don't remember her not really believing it. I remember her just kind of like caring. That's I think what she did, instead of denying it or whatever. Sometimes she would just say, she would act like she knew about it. Like she made the whole thing about they messed around with other people. They were able to do things so where it was okay. You know what I'm saying? She tried to find
she did. There was a couple of times that she was just like, she just didn't believe. Like she didn't believe he said he was gonna suck Juan's penis.
She didn't believe that. She didn't believe the touching of the booty.
The touching of the booty, and clearly we hadn't even seen that. He did that season 1 to the guy Katie was dating, where he grabbed his ass.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, she is full of Ashley. And her motherfucking big ass head is full of shit.
All right, our last caller for today is going to be one of my faves. What's going on, Brittany? How are you?
Hey, Brittany.
Happy New Year.
Hey guys, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Glad to see the lean is back.
We back, child. We back.
So I'm going to be brief too. I completely agree with what Mel said, but to me, Ashley is trash to me. Just pure trash.
Me too. This square agrees.
And the reason why for me it bothers me is because last season, it felt like they spent majority of the reunion complaining about the way that Candace responded to Mia, right? The entire cast, with probably the exception of Wendy, acted like a bunch of scared white women in front of Andy, complaining about Candace's mouth and she does too much and it goes too far. And Ashley was one of the main ones complaining. So now here we are in this season. Candace isn't reacting. She's not responding at this point for most of the season. And for Ashley to try to bait her I just think it's trash to me. And that's what RHOP, I love the show, but this is the part of this cast that I hate, where it's like they try to bait you just so that they can complain about it. Like, it's not a Kenya Moore situation where Kenya's messy, but if you come at her, she's just going to come back at you. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to go ping pong with it. But with Ashley and Giselle, they start stuff, get burned when they get called out on it, and then want to act like a bunch of scared white women in front of Andy, and it infuriates me. So I just think Ashley is pure trash for doing this. Like, say it out of your own mouth. Don't bring some third party person to come. Like, what are you doing?
Candace didn't want to hear it either. I mean, she at this point, hopefully Ashley never brings it up, because she's tried to say herself that, you know, he DM'd her, remember?
Right.
And now she's saying the friend, now all the friends saying me too. It's just like, hopefully she doesn't say anything else. But I will ask you a question, Brittany. Have you noticed? I don't know if anybody in the chat has noticed. Have you noticed that we do not have a RHOP after show this season?
Yes, I saw someone say that online. I was like, right, because I was kind of waiting for it to start, because Salt Lake City has theirs out already.
Yeah.
And
So
then Beverly Hills had theirs. So I was like,
I'll just say this: there isn't one this year. And
there isn't. Oh, wow.
Nope. Because it will be on by now. It's usually it comes on the second half of the season.
Oh,
we're like 2 or 3 episodes in the second half of the season. So at this, what it makes me believe, I don't know this to be a fact, but it makes me believe that they're trying to protect people, especially the storylines that they have this season are very, you know, the fans have been going crazy between the Chris thing, between the whole Mia and Wendy thing,
the colorism and all.
They know that if they put them women, if they give the women a chance to speak before the reunion, it's gonna be like a reunion. I say that, especially as it relates to like Candiace and Wendy, because they've been on social media they've been speaking. But there is no after show this season, which is crazy.
Wow.
So,
because one of the YouTubers I watched, they also said, I didn't even notice it, they said how strategic it was that they didn't have Mia on Watch What Happens Live the week after the fight. Like, only Candace and Karen were there. Yeah. And then obviously with Giselle and Robin later on, which was a complete disaster with those two. But yeah, I didn't even think so. There is no after show. That's trash. Because they had one for season 5.
Yeah,
and that was crazy.
They had one last year. They had one last year, season 5. There's not one this year, and that's crazy. So yeah.
That's odd.
Bravo. One thing Bravo gonna do is Bravo, child. They love to protect people. They don't want to give us the real reality, child. They give us these moments and then they want us to shush us because they know we're gonna go in. But I think the cast would have probably went in on it too. You saw, you know, the little interviews that Giselle and them did about from what I'm hearing, they can't even do any interviews. They're like kind of banned from doing all the interviews just because of the topics that people could. Because I mean, we got to ask the questions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'll tell you right now, if they came on my show, I'm going to want to ask you. But if I can't, then it's like, why have them on the show? I don't want to talk about your hats, Robin. I don't want to talk about Giselle. I want to talk about the shit on the show. And so that is what will happen in the after show, and there is not one this year. So it's crazy, but they protecting them heifers.
Because Giselle, and I wanted to ask this too when I called in. Remember in the not the mid-season trailer, but the first trailer, there was a scene where Candace asked Giselle about dating Peter. Because remember, those were rumors were on the blogs, and I could have sworn Giselle said in earlier interviews that someone in the group leaked it. But we haven't seen that scene. Is that still coming up? Like, it looked like that happened during Miami, but I'm not sure. So I don't know.
Then Candace asked, like, wasn't there a preview when Candace said something like, Giselle, are you dating Peter? Or they were saying you're dating Peter or something like that. But
yeah, but we didn't see the scene. So I don't know.
They have cut it, but that I feel like that would have came up much earlier. Because that was in the super trailer.
Yeah. So they cut that scene.
I mean, Bravo does,
because we haven't seen it.
There's a lot of scenes they cut out. They cut out half the shit from Salt Lake City. They give us all these moments in the trailer, and then we don't get it. You know what I'm saying, for the show. So I don't know, but I don't think if it is going to happen, it's going to happen soon or coming towards the end of the season. But I don't think they're going to probably talk about Peter too much more. But we'll see. Maybe we'll see next week. I don't know.
Because that's crazy. Because Giselle hasn't done anything, so I figured they would give her something. But if they cut this,
Peter, I'll say Brittany was more relevant around the time of the Miami trip.
Okay.
When they went on their trip, when we were watching, seeing the clips and all the tea, we thought that Peter was intertwined with Giselle, not Mia.
Right.
We didn't know what the hell happened between Mia and Wendy. We just thought that it was the headlines were Giselle and Peter. So I believe that probably got cut out. I'm gonna say that's my assumption.
Wow.
Yeah.
To protect Giselle, or because they just didn't?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know why, but they do protect Giselle a lot. They did protect her a lot. Remember, she allegedly cried that one season with when Monique was there, but they cut all that out. But that's what they say. So she's she's Candy over there.
But Candy has money though, so and has successful businesses. So.
Yep, but still tacky. Okay, I'm sorry. No, okay. Well, Brittany, we're gonna give it a lean out. Thank you for calling. Okay.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you, Brittany.
All right, Brittany.
Bye.
Thank you, Brittany, and thank you, Mel, for calling in today. That concludes our show. Really good episode. Can't wait to see what comes of this trip. We'll be here next Monday. And Jasmine and Danny and Asia should be here. If not, we'll finish the rest of the season out. We're getting close to the reunion, so I'm excited to see what's coming. But I will say this has been a good season. Will you say, they said this is one of their best seasons? Would you say it's one of their best?
Yes.
You think it's one of their best?
I do. Despite,
and I'm gonna keep asking that too. I want to see each week how y'all feel, because
despite some of the things that I don't necessarily agree with, I still think it has been a really, really good season.
Yeah, I agree. It's been entertaining. It's been entertaining. I still don't know if it's the best yet, but we'll see. After the Charisse thing, and we'll see how these next few episodes go, and I'll say it's the best. But it's up there. It is
up there. It is definitely up there. I wouldn't say it was the best, but it is definitely up there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on that note, we're gonna give it a lean out. Like this video. Subscribe. I see these comments. We say, tell Candace. We say, hey, pick Candace up and spin her around once for me. Candace literally got dressed for the BET Awards in this room. What for? So yeah, that's my homegirl. But nonetheless, like this video, subscribe. We'll see y'all next Monday. And make sure y'all keep leaning. And make sure y'all check out this merch. So it's cold outside. So go get you a
motherfucking hoodie.
So you can be warm like me. Not this playing.
And you can look pulled up and pulled together.
Right. Put your pulls on. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Have a good night.
Peace.
Peace.